What's up, everyone? And thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling combat sports podcast. We don't use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. You shouldn't let your friends use it either. It's Sunday. It's our weekend wrestling show. Big guy, illegal brother-in-law are going to be here. I'm drinking some amazing Prince Nana coffee. Promo code Don't Say the F Word. Save yourself 10% on your freshly ground Prince Nana coffee, shipped directly to your door. Also, hey, you see that? See that sticker? Put that on my coffee cup. Those are from the Sticker Lounge. Our promo code podcast15. You can save yourself 15%. That's right, 15% on some stickers. How awesome is that? Everybody needs a sticker. It's the new business card. I mean, who's gonna hand somebody a business card? Most people don't even have wallets. What do you gotta do with a business card? Anyway, yeah. Podcast 15, save 15% at Sticker Lounge. Get yourself some stickers made. Illegal brother-in-law Joe's getting in here. Tag Foundation, hey, how you guys doing? Thanks for checking us out. We appreciate it. Illegal brother-in-law Joe might be getting in here. We're going to talk about everything in the weekend wrestling. WWE, AEW, Dracus Duplessis. That's right, the other DDP is still UFC champ. Beat the last Stylebender. I don't know where the illegal brother-in-law is. Joe, where are you? We might talk a little UFC. Who knows? I didn't watch the fights. I don't know what the big guy did. They're on late. We are East Coast time, and those fights are on late. And I'm not the big guy doesn't stay up late. He's kind of old. I am not old. Yeah, you are. You're like 50. I'm not 50. You're like 60. Maybe you're 75 years old. He goes to bed really early. Joe's a real night owl. Joe stays up late. But yeah, Jeremy, not a stay up late kind of guy. Don't know why Joe can't get in here. I bet you plugged something in wrong. I did not. I know what I'm doing. I need more coffee. You know what's crazy? I bet the people on YouTube aren't getting any of this. Yeah, but if you're live on Instagram, we appreciate you being here live on Instagram. Mark, give me the. Hey, what are you doing? Give me. Hey, give me. That's mine. Mark, give me the. Jeez. Joe, where the hell are you at? I don't think. Are you sure you're trying to add him correctly? There we go.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, so I guess I didn't have plugged in right, Joe. Yeah,
I guess so. But
you had it hooked up wrong.
okay. It's a Sunday. It's okay, y'all. Y'all ain't had your coffee. Ooh, nice cup too.
You like that?
Like the cup, yeah.
That's the best thing about a sticker, man. You can throw it on anything. You can have your own Don't Say the F Word cup. You can put it on your car. You can throw it on your headphone case. All kinds of things. If you're wondering, why is it, Mark? Get that shit up right. Jeez. If you notice, do not currently have on the Tsunami physics shirt. That did not arrive yesterday as it was supposed to.
Oh, okay.
You want to know why? I can tell you why. If you want to know.
Let me guess. Somebody trying to trademark it or something.
There's a problem with AI, Joe. Is sometimes you got to argue with it. And the issue is believed that the trademark copyright AI that's used by the company that was printing me the shirt believe that the Don't Say the F Word podcast logo was not mine.
What?
Yes. I had to explain that it's my logo, it's my company, it's my pod. All of it's mine. I print the shirt. I will say this. This is very, very important, and I'm going to apologize to anyone who this may have affected at any point in time in dealing with the podcast. I'm not great at checking emails. Okay, so throughout my real career, I'm not good at checking emails. So had I checked the email, I would have immediately known that they flagged it. I didn't check. So on Friday, I'm like, I haven't got any shipping notifications. I wonder why. Let me go back and take a look. Oh, because whenever I sent the graphic over and I approved the proof, which that's another thing. It goes through a process where they look at what I'm having printed and they approve the proof. They approved the proof. I approved it. They approved it. We were good to go. And then they said, hold on. We think this is trademark material. It is. It's mine. It's my material. Print my shirt. So I should have it. I might have it tomorrow. My guess is I'll probably have it Tuesday. They were trying to expedite it, but I don't think I'm going to have it Tuesday.
So have it Wednesday. Wednesday you gonna get it.
Man, it may be Wednesday. Who knows? But Cuban Gorilla, what's up, sir? How's training going? Cuban Gorilla, check us out live on Instagram. He is getting ready to step into the ring for his debut fight coming up very soon. Okay. Yeah, so I had to prove that Don't Say the F Word is mine.
see. This is where you should just let me be in charge of the email because I deal with emails every day, so I gotta like.
Well, it's important that I say that I also deal with emails every day. I just deal with them poorly. I don't. I don't talk about the real job often because technically I'm not allowed to. So I never talk about where it's for, who I do it for. From a legal standpoint, I'm not allowed to, so I don't. All I will say is this. For a very long time, emails have been a primary function for communication within my workplace. And for that amount of time, I've been piss poor at reading emails. It's bad. Like, real bad. Like I've had superiors who would get shit from my peers of, why do you never, like, come down on him for not reading emails? He openly says he doesn't read the emails. And I don't read the emails. Don't occasionally here and there, but for the most part, man, I ignore 90% of all emails. It's time for the shit. And I would tell my superiors, it's like, I'm not reading your emails. Like, I'm not, like, it's not important. If you're emailing that shit, it probably ain't important. You're covering your ass. Just tell me what needs to happen. And I remember vividly, one of my peers was giving me shit about I don't check emails. I'm like, I don't. And looked at our superior. We work for the same person. How come you allow him to not read his emails? And he goes, it doesn't matter. I'm like, what? He doesn't need to read them. He's 2 steps ahead of everybody, and he doesn't read the emails. I don't understand how he does it. And an email can come out that we need to do some shit. Jeremy has already done it. He's already executed a play for it and put together a PowerPoint presentation of how he started it, how it's going, and what the end results are going to be. And we all just got the email, and he's already done all the work for us. So he doesn't have to read the emails. And I can't tell you the number of times we had things come down where it was like, this needs to be executed by such and such date, send information up the chain. And the email comes through, my boss will come out of his office, and, hey, we got to do this, and I've already done that. Like, what? Yeah, I got a PowerPoint all put together. You can send it. How'd you know they were going to say this? It just made sense. It's been done for like 3 weeks. I've been way ahead of it. We're ahead of everyone. No worries, we're good.
It's that OCD
I don't
you got.
have a good rhyme or reason as to that's how my brain works, but man, emails are just covering grass. That's all they are.
Yeah, basically it is. Or if you're doing something wrong, that's about it.
I was off the last 2 days. My inbox whenever I came in was
200?
73 emails in 2 days.
Damn.
2 of them mattered.
Okay.
And they didn't matter a lot.
But only 2 was important. Them 2 was
3. I will say 3 because I got an email from Harvard Business Review that was worthwhile to pass on, but nothing to do. Cuban Gorilla wants to hear about me fighting back in the day. So, earlier this week, I was in communication with Cuban Gorilla. He has an upcoming fight, and he's giving some advice because many of you may know, a lot of you probably don't know, because I never talk about it. Rarely ever talk about it. And Joe's asked me before why I don't bring it up more. Is that I did MMA and shoot fighting for a long time. Got into it. I would do a short story. Short story time with Jeremy. Baby. I'll talk a little bit about how I got into fighting. I've had some of these conversations with some of the BKFC guys I've had on. I talked to Austin Trout once about how I'm glad bare knuckle wasn't around in my 20s because I definitely would have gotten into bare knuckle, and I'm so glad I didn't. Because my wife, Joe's sister, very, very adamant about me not getting my face too messed up in my fighting days. She didn't want me getting cauliflower ear, and there's a funny story about my ears that we'll get to at a different time. Because long story short, one of them had to be reattached, and she had to do it. But so I became aware of MMA in the early 90s, like 93. The first UFC was the first MMA thing I'd ever seen. I would have been like 10, 11 years old. I remember it vividly because my uncle, you know what? I won't share the name, so the crimes don't. He had an illegal box for pay-per-views in the 90s, and I remember being at his house watching the UFC, and I was a big wrestling fan. I remember seeing it and thinking, "This is not wrestling." Clearly, this isn't wrestling. But I was aware of Ken Shamrock and Hoist Gracie and those guys, and then in the mid '90s, Ken Shamrock came back to pro wrestling.
That's true.
And I was aware of who Ken Shamrock was because I had family members who were big MMA fans. Well, I would say big. I don't think there wasn't much of a market to be a big MMA fan then. That was a very niche group. But I knew a lot of people who were into MMA and the UFC. And so I knew who Ken Shamrock was. We fast forward to the early 2000s. I'm going to say it must have been 04. Because I was working for a trucking company at the time. So it had to be 04. Maybe early 05.
I think you said 05 at one time.
Was it probably 05. I know we were in this house. So it had to be at least it probably 05 because we moved into this house late 04. But so it had to be 2005. I mean probably if memory serves me correctly, it was we had some folks over for New Year's, so it must have been New Year's Eve 2000, going to 2005, I guess. And I came upstairs, and our dog at the time, Rottweiler Pit Bull mix, big boy, 120 pounds, husky fella. He wasn't the most friendly dog. I don't know if you remember Apollo. Do you remember Apollo?
I remember Apollo. I remember. There was one Christmas year I came over. I gave your sister I gave the sister a card for Dunkin', and she said, "I'll meet you outside." I'm like, "Why?" Our dog. I just don't want to get bitten by the dog. I'm like, "Oh, I will be out. I will tell you when I'm there. You don't want to see me." Then when I got there, I heard the dog barking. I'm like,
I mean, he's
"Yeah,
a
here you
big
go."
boy. Big boy. That was a good. He was a good dog. Dog now is a good dog too. But I was a big boy, man. So we were down in the basement. This is where I had a pool table in the basement at the time. I think. Yeah, I had a pool table, and I came upstairs to get something to drink or something, and we left the TV on, and I came up and the UFC was on. Memory serves me correctly, it was Ultimate Fighter. I told this story, and I've accredited it to Forrest Griffin and Stephan Bonner's fight. Even though I believe that's the fight that it was, I would like to retract that it was Forrest Griffin and Stephan Bonner's fight that motivated me to get into MMA. Only because of beef I later had with Forrest Griffin, which is another story for another time. But moral of that story is Forrest Griffin kissed every square inch of my ass. That shit ain't changing. That's just Seven Brothers Tees. What's up, guys? Man, you guys got to go and check out the new designs from Monsters R Zero. Joe, I have yours for you. I thought I was going to get to you last weekend. That didn't happen. Didn't happen this weekend, but I'll get to you maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll drop it off tomorrow because I know you ain't going to be out and about much. It's your daughter's first day of school, so
Yeah. I'll be out dropping off school, then picking her up from school. Yeah.
So maybe after I leave the gym, maybe I'll swing your bag of stuff over to you.
Okay.
So anyway, Forrest Griffin kissed my ass, so I'm not going to give him credit for the fight that captivated my imagination. So instead, I'm going to let's just say it was Ken Shamrock Royce Gracie again. Let's just say that was the replay. Or, I'm going to give it to Andre Arlovski. I like Andre Arlovski. He's a really nice guy. I'm going to give credit to him. I'm going to say it was an Arlovski fight. Now, the reality was it was Forrest Griffin, Stephan Bonner. But anyway, Forrest Griffin still kissed my ass. Anyway, so I came up, man. I was watching fights for a minute. For like a minute. Like, I'm up here, and then your sister came and she goes, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm watching the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? So it's like they fight in a cage. She was like, "Wrestling?" I go, "No, not like pro wrestling, not like WWE. No, like they're fighting. And she goes, "Okay, well, you come back downstairs." I'm like, "Man, I think I could do this." And she goes, "No, just come downstairs." And
she said no in a heartbeat.
She's like, "No, like, no." I was never a fighter. I didn't get in fights in school. We went to school together since we was kids. I came 4 times, like if here and there, like a couple things, nothing major. So at that time, I'm in my early 20s, and I was always a husky fella. I'm husky now, but I'm in shape now. I was a fat kid, and I had started working out because I'd gone to I became really obsessed with watching my carbs after watching Super Size Me. After a doctor had told me they thought I had something wrong with my heart. And he was like, "Oh, I think you have something." I'm like, "I'm just fat. I probably just need to lose weight. I'm not very active. Like, I go to work, but that's about it. I don't work out." I started working out. And that was around the time that I ended up stumbling across for UFC Beyond TV. I was doing a lot of weightlifting and stuff. And I seen it, and much like how my ADHD brain works, it's why I become obsessed with different things and want to do different things. Why I'm surrounded by playing cards on all these walls, because I became obsessed with learning sleight of hand magic. Side note, later on this week, I'm going to be interviewing some magicians from Magicians on Missions. They work with U.S. Armed Forces, and they go around, they do magic shows for our troops. So stay tuned. That'll be Thursday. I'll be dropping some more information on that throughout the week. But man, my ADHD brain latched a hold of MMA and jiu-jitsu, and I couldn't let it go. I was getting books and reading books and watching videos and watching every fight that I could find on TV. I was watching. I went on eBay. I bought DVDs, and I'm like, man, I feel like I could do this. I got a heavy bag, and I'm like, man, I think I can. I want to know if I can fight. I've talked to everyone I knew, and I'm like, man, I really want to fight. I think I can do this. They're like, you're nuts. You can't do this.
Yeah, you can't do this.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, I feel like I could do this. I mean, you can't do this. Like, what are you thinking? I mean, you're not a fighter. I'm like, but I want to learn jiu-jitsu. I really want to learn jiu-jitsu. As much as I was interested in learning strike, I really wanted to learn jiu-jitsu bad. Like, I wanted to know how to submit people. And I came home from work one day, and this is how long ago this was, folks. I came home from work one day, I walked into our kitchen, and I grabbed a phone book. Right, grabbed a phone book. And I started flipping through the phone book, and I went to the yellow pages, and I'm looking for martial arts. And I'm trying to find a jiu-jitsu school. Now, again, this is 2005-ish, Northeastern Ohio, and there ain't no jiu-jitsu schools. Ain't no Brazilians in Cleveland.
I know.
And then I stumble, and then I turn the page, and what do I see? Shoot fighting. Big shoot fighting logo, and it says shoot fighting. And you know who was a shoot fighter, Joe? Ken Shamrock was a shoot fighter. And I seen this logo, and there's the phone number, and I called that phone number. And I asked how it worked. The guy that answered the phone said, just come on in for an intro lesson. I said, what's an intro lesson? He said, just show up. Come on in. Come meet me. Do I need to bring anything? Just show up. Okay. So I go to this gym, and it's in an old bank. Old remodeled bank.
Old bank.
Kempo karate, yin yang, and dragons on one pane of glass. And this big yellow thing that says shoot fighting. Okay. I walk in. Yep, and that's where I'm supposed to be. I walked in, and I meet Mike. And Mike beats my ass for 30 minutes. Just beat me up. Get done. He goes, what do you think? He showed me a couple things, but for the most part, he beat me up. I'm like, cool, man. This is good. He goes, okay. I'll see you Thursday. I'm like, what's Thursday? It's Thursday's open mat. Come on in. Come do that, and we'll talk after that. Okay. I came back on Thursday. Bunch of big dudes, man. All enforcement guys, firefighters, some dude, and I'm gonna say his name because I know you don't want. I think he might be in jail. Dude named Shannon. Big dude, big biceps. Couldn't grab his own neck. And spent the next 90 minutes, and they just passed me around, beat my ass, flat on my back, staring at the lights for an hour and a half. Got done. Mike goes, how you feel? I'm all right, man. All right. Keep coming back. Here's our schedule. This is when kickboxing is. This is when we do grappling. This is okay. And I just kept coming back, and I just kept getting beat up. When it clicked for me, so shortly into me going to this gym, a couple weeks, I mean, maybe a month, Yeah, man, I want to say a month, maybe 6 weeks.
Okay.
Mike goes, hey, you want to go to a seminar? And again, I have no idea what the hell a seminar is. I'm like, yeah. Because I'm in the mindset of this is my coach. Whatever he wants me to do, I'm just going to do those things. I'm going to blindly follow the leader. Yeah, sure. Where? When? It's Saturday. It's in Independence.
Oh, Independence. Ooh,
I'm like,
ooh.
okay. And it was a Strong Style Gym. Some folks may know Strong Style Gym is known for Stipe Miocic, UFC, greatest UFC heavyweight ever. Trained at Strong Style Gym. Stipe's from Cleveland. Stipe trained under Marcus Marinelli. Marcus Marinelli was the training partner of my coach, Mike Danko. Marcus Marinelli and Mike Danko trained and shoot fighting under Bart Vale. Bart Vale was the one holding this seminar at Strong Style Gym. It's the old Strong Style, not the new one you see on their Instagram. That's a new facility they opened up. This is the old one in Independence. At that time, Strong Style was famous for Dan the Bull Bobish. Folks may remember Dan Bobish. I believe Mark Kerr submitted him with a chin in his eyeball. But Dan Bobish fought in Japan, fought for Pride, fought in the UFC, fought Cage Rage and King of the Cage, did all those things.
All things.
So I go into this, and I had no idea what a seminar was, Joe. I didn't know. So I show up, T-shirt and jeans. I didn't know I was going to be doing any training. Mike didn't tell me this. So I showed up in T-shirt and jeans. I thought I was watching something. So here's one thing I'm going to tell everybody. If you're involved in any martial art, you're involved in any type of combat sport, and someone asks you if you want to go to a thing, show up with all of your gear. And show up with fight shorts, show up with gloves, hand wraps, shin pads, mouth guard, head, whatever it is you normally have on to get your ass kicked, show up with all that shit. I showed up, I left work, showed up in a pair of T-shirt and pair of jeans. And they go, where's your gear? I'm like, what? Where's your gear? Oh, I need to bring it. No one said this. And so they scrounged up a pair of shorts and some gloves for me, and we go through. And again, man, we're talking, I've probably been doing this 6 weeks at the most. I've been training for 6 weeks. And what was ahead of me was 4 hours of nothing but training, sparring, live sparring, working through different like techniques, and it was a lot of catch can stuff. So a lot of this submission into this counter, into this counter, into this submission, into this counter, roll. And tons of calisthenics. Bart Vale, very much in the Japanese way of thinking, of punish you physically in training. Just keep making you do body weight squats, and we're going to keep throwing tie kicks. And as we're going through these training things, and we're just going through, man, we're getting my ass kicked for 4 hours. Like, exchanging tie kicks. So we're just standing there squared up, fighting stance, just blasting each other in the leg, just throwing roundhouse right into each other's thigh for just what felt like an eternity. Dudes are just stopping. And I'm like, I'm trying to be a sponge, man. I'm soaking up every bit of this. Like, I don't know, I don't know when this happens again. So I'm just scrounging up like sparring partners. If you're standing, I want you to start kicking me, because I don't want Bart Vale to see me doing nothing. Bart comes over and we're sparring, and he comments on my kicks like, great technique, just want to snap a little more whenever you bring your leg over, cut down like an X. So don't just connect with their thigh, cut down so you can collapse it. And I'm like, I throw a kick, and you're not like that. You're just here, face me, and I turn, I face Bart, and this old man uncorks a leg kick that, man, changed my opinion of God, because he kicked me, and it sounded like a cannon went off. And it wasn't just that my lead leg twisted in, my whole body snapped, and my back cracked from my ass crack to my neck. That crack. And in that moment, I knew all I wanted to do was fight. That old man kicked the shit out of me, and I just wanted to fight. I spent the next decade where all my free time was just, I didn't even have every waking minute was consumed with MMA and fighting. If I wasn't watching fights. I was thinking about fights. I was studying fights. I was sparring. I was jumping rope on lunch breaks. I just never, ever stopped. That was it. It was sparked because no one thought I could do it. And then an old man kicked the piss out of me, and I'm like, okay, I just got to do this. I got to see how far I can go.
The old man got you.
He did, man. And tons of fun. I had someone not that long ago ask me, there's Cuban Gorilla, there's plenty of more stories. So that's the intro to Jeremy fighting. I'm trying to tell that story on a podcast, to be honest with you. I had someone, I was talking to someone a few weeks ago about having the reconstructive surgery on my face where they had to fix everything that got broken over my years of fighting. And they said, do you regret it? Like the surgery? No, I can breathe. The surgery went well. I said, no, do you regret fighting?
You regret fighting? That's the question.
Not at all. I don't. For numerous reasons. I don't know if I would have evolved as a person as much as I did without it. There were some dips in there where I wasn't a great person. It's kind of shitty to be around. Damn, man, you didn't have to agree that easy, but I'm honest. Every guy has periods in their 20s where they're not that great. Mine was exemplified by the concussions and just redlining my body at all times. There were moments where I was very unpleasant to be around, and those who are still in my life who dealt with that, your sister, I'm sorry for those times. I do regret those things, but I don't regret fighting. I don't regret the damage. I don't regret. I wish I hadn't injured so many training partners, but they should have tapped sooner. But no, I don't regret fighting. Do I recommend it for people? Almost never. I recommend training. I recommend maybe some light sparring, but I don't recommend concussions for anybody. Cuban Gorilla, don't let that get in your head. Hone your defense. It's a new age. It's 2024. Being tough doesn't make you a fighter. I'm from an era where it was about being tough. So we trained full clip in the gym, got KO'd, got cussed, got hurt. Don't do that. Don't do any of that shit. It's not about being tough. Tough don't make you a great fighter. Tough gets you knocked out. Because eventually your brain goes, he's too tough. I'm just going to go to sleep.
That is true.
All right. Now let's talk some pro wrestling, Joe. We got that out of the way. There will be more of these stories in the future. Cuban Gorilla has accepted the responsibility of reminding me to talk about my time fighting.
Hey, shame on you, Cuban. Shame on you.
Man, Jacob Fatu.
I know. Oh, that's sad. That's sad.
I'm just gonna say one thing. Jacob Fatu needs to know he can get a black boot. The gray boot looks silly. Why has he not got a black boot? I have a black boot. I can send him my boot. It would look cooler. Or why didn't they give him a red boot? Someone in W owns red paint. I got neon red paint right here.
Hey, you can't argue about a boot. They get the first boot they get. That probably within this foot size.
There we go. Right there. They could have got a Gundam marker and painted that boot red. It would have looked dope. Man. Roman Reigns got his hands on the Nuafala? Am I saying that right?
It's something like that. A fala, yeah.
He put it on, and then he got his ass beat. With the returning Jacob Fatu, foot still in a boot, they put Roman through a table. I didn't think we were going to see Jacob get physical with Roman this soon.
They got to get it started somehow. Man.
Did you think it was going to happen this soon?
I figured it probably happened after his foot completely healed, but not that fast. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was quick. So we have no questions of where Jacob Fatu's allegiance lies. He's with Solo.
With Solo.
We have seen though the Fala kind of be treated like the one ring to rule them all, and we've seen Tamatanga seem to be captivated by it. Clearly, Roman and Solo.
Mm-hmm.
But we then had Paul Heyman recently at the Fanatics event say he's not even in the third inning, the Bloodline, that he's excited to be coming back to WWE, so he'll be back in the near future. And Roman Reigns may just have some backup. Who is going to be Roman Reigns' backup, Joe?
I couldn't tell you at this point. He got a lot of relatives. I couldn't tell you.
There's a whole lot of Samoans, man. There's a lot of cousins.
I know. What is it? The 152 that just became the champion. The
Zilla.
RW. Yeah, there we go.
Zilla Fatu, champion in House of Glory. He's a champion in Reality of Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of speculation that he is already signed or is about ready to put pen to paper with WWE. Now, I can tell you, I have seen some folks looking to capitalize, make some money off some Zilla Fatu merch, and there's some stuff. There was some rush sales and things happening with some of the merch, some of the trademark material that he has. Usually you see that happening when someone's about to put a deal together where somebody else may be controlling the trademark of their name. I have a feeling we're going to see Zilla Fatu in WWE soon. Very soon.
I'll say at not bad blood. Yeah, bad blood. I'll say at bad blood.
I can see it. I can definitely see it. And there is something I think we are not going to be seeing. And should I say this for tomorrow?
If you feel like it's better, say tomorrow. Say tomorrow.
I'm gonna put it on the dry erase board, folks.
It's for tomorrow. I don't know what it is, y'all.
Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Instagram Live. It'll be the very first thing I talk about. Everyone, Instagram.
I have no idea what it is, y'all. No idea.
It being Sunday, I don't know that we need to run down everything that happened on SmackDown in order, but I think we did a great presentation of Nia Jax opening the show.
Mm-hmm. Nia Jax.
Presenting her like a star.
Mm-hmm. The Queen of the Ring with her royal, I don't know what you want to call it, subject Tiffany. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that turn is going to be interesting when Tiffany finally turns on Nia.
Uh-huh.
Or, I guess, vice versa. It kind of depends on how it pans out.
I say Tiffany going to cash in when Nia gets beat up by a group. I don't know who, but that's the best time for it to cash in.
I think you're probably right. I think that makes the most sense for her to just, right then, whenever there's already an attack happening, she's supposed to be protecting her friend. I think it'd be time for her to just cash it in. I Kevin Owens Grayson Waller match that was good. The important moment was the ending. Cody and KO. Were you thinking there was going to be a turn?
See it coming. It's coming. I keep telling y'all, it's going to happen. But nobody don't believe me.
You really think KO turns?
Nah, I think it's going to be Cody turning.
You think, man? A live show up on our Instagram, I shared the video. I can't remember who shared it, but I did give them credit to post. And Cody brought Brace Kid into the ring, gave him the weight belt.
Mm-hmm.
Cody does a lot of good
Goody stuff. Good stuff, yeah.
I like heel Cody Rhodes. Heel Cody Rhodes is the Cody Rhodes who set the Indies on fire in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people don't get that. Like, we've gotten heel Cody more than once. We got Cody Rhodes as a heel whenever he left WWE and hit the Indies. Why was he a heel? Because he was showing up in front of 50 people wearing a damn suit. He was the WWE guy on the Indies. Cody Rhodes had no business being an indie wrestler, and he was. And he was a heel.
He was.
But then we got the better heel, Cody Rhodes. When Cody turned on Kenny, the Bullet Club is fine. You guys remember the Bullet Club is fine?
Yeah,
And then Cody turned on Kenny.
See?
He realigned with Kenny and the Bucks. Kind of never really broke away from the Bucks in that. But along the way, Cody Rhodes never turned babyface. Cody was a heel and then turned heel while being a heel. Much like Dominic Mysterio became more heel. Cody was part of the heel stable and turned on the leader of the heel stable while remaining in the stable to be a heel. The creation of AEW was almost an even further heel turn because they left New Japan and they left Bullet Club. Cody might be riding on a trifecta heel turn that no one's even processing because he never turned face. There was never that moment where Cody did the thing that made him a face because all the things he did that were face things were for heel groups.
That's true.
Double or Nothing, 2019. Cody Rhodes cuts multiple great promos, but the great intro promo that led into Double or Nothing 2019 was Cody Rhodes talking about taking out the generation before him and taking his brother out. And him and Dustin fight a bloody match.
That was a good match. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good match.
And this is the moment that a lot of people say this is where Cody became a face. Because he said he doesn't need a tag team partner. He needs his big brother. And they aligned to face the Young Bucks. That was a heel move. Spoiler alert, that was his fourth heel turn after leaving WWE. Dustin wanted to retire. That was supposed to be Dustin's last match. Cody didn't tell him he was doing that shit. And now here we are 5 years later. Dustin Rhodes is a 2. He's champ for Ring of Honor. He's a trios champ and a tag champ. This poor man just wanted to retire 5 years ago, and his brother didn't let him, and then left him in AEW.
He got 5 weeks left, y'all. Come on, he got 5 weeks.
I don't think Cody Rhodes has been a babyface for a long time. I just think he's a heel who cares about the fans. What would his heel turn be? If you follow, I'm a Cody fan. Everyone knows that I'm a Cody mark. What's his heel turn gonna be? What could it be?
Low blow to KO at the end of the match when they do that up, shake the hands. It was a great match. Boom.
You think he's just gonna kick KO right in the gentleman's luggage and move on with life?
And then get the little steel chair, beat him up, and then that's when you get the whole steel steps. Back to the steel steps.
Those stupid steel steps.
They're gonna come in handy now.
And do you think that would get Cody booed? Do we need Cody to be heel because Roman's theoretically a babyface? Is that why you see this heel turn coming?
And at the Bash at the Berlin, technically 2 babyfaces going after the WWE champion, this undisputed championship. There we go.
Yeah. Cody a babyface, KO a babyface. So you think Cody turns in that we get a Cody heel turn in that match or before that? You think after the match?
After the
so
match.
That way Cody is the bad guy leading to
yeah.
Are you putting Roman against Cody at any point this year?
Not this year, nah.
Right? We don't need that, right? Roman doesn't need that title. I think at this point, the Ulafala is the biggest prize in WWE. I think it's more important than the undisputed title.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm saying Bash at Berlin. After the match, they do a little handshake. Thank you. Boom. You just gotta wait for KO or Cody when they walk up, get that little space gap. You know that certain space gap where they know like how to swing and where to hit you at, and boom. There you go. The low blow kick.
Man, I hope not. Just because I don't know if it's necessary.
It's necessary. Cody gotta go. They need a heel champion on SmackDown. They need a new heel on SmackDown since they hardly ain't got no heels. And right now is the perfect time to see all you little marks and all you little 5-year-olds start crying that your hero is gone. They couldn't do it to Cena. They couldn't do it to Cena because Cena was way popular as a babyface.
Hey, Cody is not popular as a babyface?
You can't beat Cena's popularity as a babyface. I don't think nobody can ever do that.
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. I don't know, man. It'll be interesting if they do it. It'll definitely be interesting if they do it.
I think they will because Cody is a babyface that done both babyface and the heel, knows how to work each role perfectly fine. And they tried to do, like I said, they tried to do it with Cena. But Cena was at the time 10 years straight as a babyface when they tried to make him turn heel. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Easily 10 years.
Yeah. And in that 10 years straight babyface, it would have been like the dumbest move ever to turn a babyface for 10 plus years. Probably it may have been 15. I could be wrong, but yeah, there's no way you could have.
It was certainly
did that.
a long time, him as a babyface. Man, what if to close it out, what if Cena turns heel?
Cena turns heel. Nah.
You imagine?
I could imagine, but it'd be pointless to do it on his last run to turn him a heel.
So we had Collision last night. We're gonna transition to AEW. I don't know how we get. It'd be so cool if they turn Cena heel to run it out. It'd be funny. To somehow have heel Cena versus babyface Punk, and heel Cena versus babyface Orton. That would be fun shit. We had AEW Collision last night. Still taking place from the esports arena with one of the coolest sets ever in pro. I love that set they have. A lot of people give it shit for its ratings, its attendance, but it looks great, and it's been highly profitable, running 4 weeks in a row in the same venue for AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of WrestleNomics put tons of stats out. I won't bore everyone with the numbers, even though I'm a numbers guy, but it's been very profitable. Did you watch Collision last night?
I did watch Collision.
What'd you think of
it? I would say that the main thing that was probably good about the match was Leo and Claudio and FTR and the Acclaim.
Yeah, those were good matches. What'd you think of Undisputed Kingdom and Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara?
Well, I'm glad they got Sammy Guevara doing something more now. He just laid out. They ain't forgot about.
Yeah, it's good to bring him back. I certainly think his time as a pillar in AEW is gone, right? He's no longer looked at as a pillar.
Nah. But I say it's good that he's... I think it's kind of bad that it was a good match, but it's pretty bad that you can only see any Ring of Honor champion just on a Collision of Dynamite.
Yeah. I feel like whatever the next TV deal is that AEW does with Warner Brothers Discovery, I think they're going to do something with Ring of Honor. What that something will be, I don't know. But I think they're going to do something. Because it was mentioned a lot in the internal memo that came out. So I think maybe that'll become their developmental. I think it would be a great fit for it. I think it's kind of what it needs to be treated as. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't think having Ring of Honor champions on AEW TV brings viewers to Ring of Honor. I just don't think that it does that.
Hey, I just found out Dustin is now the tag team and the trio champion of Ring of Honor.
Is 2024 the best year of Dustin Rhodes' career? Let me ask
a
different question. Because I know that's a hard one to really say. Is Dustin Rhodes' AEW run better than his Goldust run?
I would say when he left WWE, this run is probably better. But when he came back to WWE as Goldust in the Royal Rumble, that too was one of his good returns as Goldust.
He's had so many really memorable runs for different spots as a character. I think the initial Goldust stuff was really great. The like theater things and
Yeah.
I think that was it's etched into your memory. I think Stuttering Goldust was hilarious, or Tourette's Goldust, whatever. But man, I just think he's had a really good run in AEW. I think he's just really done great work.
Mm-hmm. I would say, if I had to put, I would say, I'm only gonna say this just because I like him. I would say this year, and when he had this Goldust return at the Royal Rumble, has been his best year altogether since he's been 15 years sober. He said, I think it is.
I think so. I think it's 15 years.
Yeah, so I would say only because of that reason, the Goldust run when he came to the Rumble and the AEW he got right now is his best run because he's been 15 years sober. He ain't crazy like he was back in the day, but since he's been sober, all his matches have been great. Even when he played the funny matches with Goldust and Stardust, he still made the matches entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I mean, he's just always been so solid in the ring. We had Eddie Kingston last night, dressing all in, worried about Bryan Danielson. That he ain't the guy he once was. And here's my opinion.
Okay.
They're laying it on so thick that Danielson's done, there ain't no way he's done.
I could say this. That little package they had last night, it was good. It was decent. But if you look at majority of it, most of them think it's like a toss-up. It's a 50-50 toss-up. Everybody thinks he's going to win. Something's going to lose. But I'm saying this is it. This is his last run, his last match.
I say there ain't no way in hell. I'm standing by my thing. He's going to run for a year with it. Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay, all in 2025 in Texas.
Nah, I'm still standing by it. This is it. His last run.
This is a far out there question, so I won't ask you for a number, but I will in a year. Do you think AEW could put 40,000 people in a stadium in Texas next year?
It all depends on what the match is going to be at that card.
If it's Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay, title versus career, do they put 40,000 people in a stadium in Texas? And that's my question to all you F-heads out there. Live on Instagram or YouTube and Spotify. If you're not live on Instagram, go back to our Instagram page and I'll post something asking, can AEW put 40,000 people in a stadium in Texas in August of 2025?
I'm going to say
Eric Bischoff
no.
I was going to tell you no.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say they're going to get close to it, but they won't get the whole 40.
Danny Christie, what's up, sir? Thank you for stopping in. Checking out Don't Say the F Word. Talking a little pro wrestling. We're not talking any BKFC right now, but we'd love to have you on talking about what's next for you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm going to say they can do it, but it won't be the whole 40.
I think it's going to be rougher than to put 40,000 people in a stadium in Texas. That's a stadium. That's
no.
a lot. 40,000 people is a lot of people, man.
I'm saying no. I'm saying no.
Saying no. No. What do you think? Rough number right now. Can they fill that stadium? Can they put 20,000 asses in the seat a year? It's a year build. You have a year to sell those tickets.
I would say it would get, if they do it right, 30 to 32.
Man, if they break 30K, I think that's a huge success.
Yeah. But
here's one thing I'll say about, I know it's the cool thing and to get views, it's always a popular thing to shit on AEW and ticket sales and ratings, and then, that's not our style here. Don't say the F word.
mm-hmm.
We're all about being positive. And one thing I can say, positively without a doubt, when given an opportunity to show up, AEW fans show up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll be interesting a year from now what it looks like that event's sold out. If we had our media credentials to go to Texas, we'll see what happens. It's that time of the show, Joe.
All right.
Brought to you by the good folks at Prince 99 Coffee. Promo code Don't Say the F Word. Save yourself 10% on some freshly ground coffee delivered right to your door.
Right to you.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you, man. We're all class and don't say the F word. It's all about supporting people. We like seeing things do good. We like seeing people and promotions and everybody be successful and make money. It's easy to shit on stuff for a view or a comment or antagonize people to get them to comments and, place the algorithm. It's not our style here. Joe, your wrestler of the week and your match of the week. You can put them in either order, however you want to go.
I stand by what I said Monday. There's nobody could beat Bronson Reed this week. That's the rest of the week. I stand by what I say. So I got that out the way Monday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. My bad, Tuesday.
No one outperformed Big Bronson Reed this week, right? A lot of great stuff this week. But man, Bronson Reed, they're just really doing a lot to make him a star. And I really, really, really wanted to have my Tsunami Physics shirt here for us both to name. Undisputed Wrestler of the Week this week, Big Bronson Reed from Don't Say the F Word. Tip of the hat, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's great to see them booking him like a monster. Because, man, it's just great.
That was. Yeah, I give it to the match. I would say it was last night with Carmelo Hayes and Andrade.
So it's unanimous. We're in agreement on our wrestlers of the week and our match of the week. Carmelo Hayes and Andrade they did work great together. Carmelo Hayes has brought out something in Andrade that, man, I don't know. Maybe my preconceived notions were in my own way for me to appreciate how good Andrade can be in the ring. Or maybe just for me, he didn't have the right dance partner. But I've been pretty vocal. The only really Andrade match that I thought was really good was him versus Gargano, NXT TakeOver. I think it was Brooklyn.
It was Brooklyn.
Yeah. Other than that, man, everything I've always felt was just very mid at best. Not a knock on the guys. I hadn't seen anything that's blew my mind. Him and Carmelo, shit, I could watch those guys wrestle for days.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible match. Just an incredible match. I hope we see more of it. They had that brawl afterwards, and it upped it. It took that thing to another level. I wish there could be a title involved. But there can't be. We can't throw the U.S. title in this. This is just a who's better. And I love that story, too. I love the who's better story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could. I tried. I couldn't find anything good on Collision last night or Dynamite, but it's just like Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. They are like your new. What's a good phrase? They are like your new Sean and Brett. They just know how to work with each other.
Yeah. I will give a very, very, very close second to DIY and the Street Profits. That was the tag match of the week. As much as a good moment it was to see Sammy and Dustin win, man, DIY and the Street Profits, to put on a banger. That's tag match of the week without question.
That was.
Yeah, I think all in all, I think a very good week of pro wrestling. I think it's great to see a lot of the stuff come out from WrestleNomics about kind of the money AEW is generating for Warner Brothers Discovery. Very profitable business. All the doom and gloom, so many pages want to put out there. It seems like business is doing just fine for a billionaire's hobby. So I think that's good. Good stuff.
That is good.
Aside from your matches and Wrestler of the Week, do you have a favorite moment of the week? Anything stand out to you outside of that? Or we'll go into our Raw predictions. All that'll be tomorrow, everyone.
I would say, besides Bronson Reed terrorizing the Miz, R-Truth, I don't think you can't really beat that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was just great. I hope Bronson just keeps taking people out for no rhyme or reason.
I think he will.
One last question for you, Joe, before we sign off for the evening.
All right. What's up?
Do we see Bobby Lashley and MVP show up in AEW before All In?
Nah, I don't think so. I think they both just need like a little break from wrestling.
I don't think we get either of them at All In either. A lot of pages are predicting they'll show up at All In. I don't think so. I don't think All In's the show for a debut. Wednesday after All In, that's a different story. Whole different story there.
But I could say, if you want to debut just to brighten up everybody's day, I would say the only debut that probably gonna be worth it at All In is the little wild card of the mystery person, in which everybody probably believes is gonna be Ricochet. So we'll just leave it like that.
For the casino gauntlet match, you think it'll be Ricochet? A lot of people's prediction is that that's going to be Lashley with MVP doing that, and I don't think it will be. I don't think that's where you debut a Bobby Lashley.
I think it might be Ricochet.
Maybe.
If not, but I would still stand by what I said. If Ricochet just probably just taking time away from WWE, taking a break, and I think he come back and challenge Breaker for the IC.
Man, the story is there if he comes back. It's there. But with that, everyone, thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. If you're not live on Instagram, you're missing an opportunity to hang out in our comments. We got great fighters like Danny Christie dropping in. Got tons of folks always drop in here and there. You can comment, give you shout-outs on the show. Still looking for some folks. Send me some DMs. I need some address. I need to know who needs stickers. Get these Don't Say the F for podcast stickers out there. Big shout out to our friends over at the Sticker Lounge. Use our promo code podcast15, save 15% on getting your stickers made. You know, like I said before, stickers are the new business card. Here, quality, weatherproof vinyl. Look at Joe. Look at Joe in there.
I know. I think.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if that'll work for anybody. I don't know if scanning the Sticker Lounge will work.
Somebody gonna need another phone to scan it. They ain't looking up on their phone. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, it'll be on the recording, so on YouTube, Spotify, maybe you guys can grab it. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you to Prince 99 Coffee. Big shout out to Prince 99 Coffee. Promo code Don't Say the F word. Save yourself 10%. It's fresh ground coffee delivered right to your door. Also, with that promo code, you also get free shipping in the U.S. So that's awesome.
There you go.
Guys, we will be back tomorrow with our Raw preview show. Again, Thursday this week, I will be meeting with some of the team over at Magicians on Mission. They travel around the country visiting armed forces bases, magic shows for the troops. They'll talk a little bit about what their organization does, how you can contribute, what to look out for from them. That'll be Thursday. And there'll be more information up on our Instagram about that over the next couple of days. Joe, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great first day of school tomorrow, my friend.
I will. You know, first grade. Gotta get pictures taken. Going.
Oh.
You might see post a picture when I leave at school, making fun of her, like.
Well, let her know that we all hope she has a great first day of first grade, and you have fun off. And I will do my best to get you all of your gear. Our friends over at Monster Zero have sent some stuff for Joe. I got some stuff for Joe. I say this as if we live very far away, and we do not live very far away from each other. It would be, but much like checking emails, I'm terrible. It's just terrible. But thank you, everyone, for checking us out live on Instagram. We appreciate all you F-heads out there, whether you're live on Instagram, YouTube, or Spotify. Yes, I'm still trying to make F-heads happen. I'm going to get Joe a shirt that says I'm an F-head. We'll see how that goes over at parent-teacher conferences. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, and we'll see you tomorrow, 5:05, Instagram Live.